Namaste. Most of us know the significance of celebrating the grand festival Onam, especially Keralites celebrate it in a grand manner. It's a moment of joy for them, a great celebration. And most of us know the story of King Mahabali and Vamana avatar. Once upon a time, the demon king Mahabali ruled Kerala. He was a wise and fair king. Mahabali worshipped Lord Vishnu, and he extended his power and reign to Patala, the nether world and heavens. The gods grew jealous of Mahabali, and the gods asked the help of Lord Vishnu. So Lord Vishnu took the avatar of a Vamana, a dwarf in the garb of a Brahmin, and he approached Mahabali for alms. He only wanted the land that he could cover in 3 steps. Mahabali agreed. The Vamana began to grow in size. With 1 step, he covered the sky. With his 2nd step, he covered the nether world. Mahabali realized that Lord Vishnu, in the guise of a Vamana, the 3rd step would destroy the earth. So Mahabali offered his head for Lord Vishnu's last step. When Lord Vishnu placed his foot on Mahabali's head, it pushed him to the nether world. Before taking the 3rd step, though, Lord Vishnu granted Mahabali a boon. Mahabali wished to visit Kerala once a year and would like to witness the celebration and joy of his people there after harvest. And his visit is celebrated as Onam every year. Very, very interesting story, yes? Fantastic. Now, as a neuro-linguist specialist, I view the Onam festival and Mahabali episode from a NLP angle and derive my learning from that. Now, this is my interpretation or inference, we can say. So, the NLP learning from Onam is 1. Mahabali thought Vamana was just a dwarf, very small in size. Seeing the size with the information provided by his eyes. So Mahabali responded to his map of reality and thought just a 3 feet was a small piece of land. And so he granted the boon to Lord Vishnu in the form of Vamana. So map of reality means each person derives his own understanding of an event happening and thinks that is the real happening. So according to NLP, people don't respond to real reality, people respond to map of reality. And so Mahabali here responded to his map of reality. And he went by the gross generalization of a measure of a feet. This is what we do as universal modeling process. Anything and everything happening around, we generalize and think that that is what going to happen next based on one experience. So this understanding of Mahabali is called map of reality, and his map was not the territory. Now the second learning is every person has three constraints. NLP says we all have three constraints in understanding events happening around us. The first one is social constraint. Social constraint is that what we understand as we are programmed by our environment around. Based on that filter, we interpret anything happening around us and conclude. Second is individual constraint. Based on the individual makeup in terms of our attitude, beliefs, values, thinking, we make our own interpretation or inference of an event happening. Third is the neurological constraint. That means the constraint of our five senses. Here, Mahabali was misled by his neurological constraint. Meaning, through his eyes, he saw a small man with a small feet, thinking that is the actual size. In fact, it is just a faking. So he went by his neurological interpretation of the look of Vamana. So he underwent a neurological constraint and the individual constraint that what can a small man do? That after all he's asking 3 feet, he can take it. So he underwent neurological constraint and individual constraint. Third, Vamana indeed wanted to give moksham, that is divine domain, to Mahabali. Because Mahabali, though is an asura and he challenged the gods or devas, and devas asked the help of Lord Vishnu, still Mahabali was a great devotee of Lord Vishnu. So Lord Vishnu wanted to sanction him divine domain, moksham. And so, though the third step was on Mahabali's head, pushing him down, pressing him down, he had the best of his intention to give a good delivery to Mahabali. So one of the beliefs of NLP is every behavior has a positive intention. Apparently the behavior may appear to be negative or damaging or difficult or a constraint, yet in that apparently inappropriate behavior, there is a positive intention hidden or wanting to express. So here in the case of the pressing of Mahavishnu, the positive intention is sanctioning moksham to Mahabali. So the NLP presupposition. The fourth point, celebration of Onam, is change of state. State here is the frame of mind, our mental frame. Whatever be the current life, so far, be it gruesome, difficult, uneasy, whatever. Now, by Onam and by Mahavishnu's grant to Mahabali, now the guarantee of ultimate good in every situation. Though Mahabali underwent this difficulty of getting pushed beneath the ground, the ultimate good is that people are going to get the best of their life after this event or episode. So, from difficulty to prosperity is the change of state demonstrated by Vamana or this Onam festival. So, feel assured that life will turn out to be good and can put us in an empowering state of mind and can bring in resourcefulness in us, though the current state may not be conducive or appropriate, but there is a guaranteed change of state. Things will change, and from disempowering state to empowering state of mind, we can move. That is what is demonstrated by Vamana through the sanction of the boon to Mahabali by giving him the chance to appear again and again on earth and see his people in a rejoiceful state, in a rejoicing state of mind, in a joyful state of mind, in a prosperous state of mind, with good harvest. So, this is the learning from Onam, NLP learning from Onam as seen from my map of reality. Sarvam Vishnumayam Jagat.